All right, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about how to get a respectable amount of muscle as a skinny guy. Now, I'm not going to say how to get big because everybody has their own interpretation of the word big as far as your physique, you know what I mean? Now, we're talking about the average skinny guy who's roughly, it all varies on your height and everything, but you know, somebody who just has very low muscle mass, somebody who just has slim arms, like they don't really have any chest muscles, no shoulder muscles, no biceps, you know what I mean? I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but you know, like I got a definitely respectable amount of muscle, you know what I mean? So I'm not using this to flex. I'm just letting y'all know. I've been working out for about 3 years now, and I definitely say that fitness has certainly changed my life and my confidence as a man for sure. Now, I'm gonna give y'all 3 tips on how to definitely gain muscle mass, right? So obviously, number 1, you gotta work out. You gotta train. You gotta train at least 3 times a week as a beginner. Now, as you progress into your fitness journey and things like that, I definitely would recommend like 4 to 5 times a week. But that's just me. Now, if you want to start out the gate 4 to 5 times, I know that could be intimidating to like some beginners to get into the gym. Like, damn, I gotta be in the gym every day. Like, but to be honest with you, the more the better. But if you want to just keep yourself at a good balance at a start, I recommend 3 to 4 times a week. But it's on you, you know what I mean? Now, you want to definitely train hard for sure. But when you first start out, definitely don't ego lift, bro. Like, don't, especially if you're going to the gym at your start of your journey with somebody, you definitely don't want to get yourself caught up in like, oh man, this person is lifting this weight. Now I gotta prove that I'm like can match their weight. And like I used to do that when I was first starting to work out, and I would see like I would go with my more experienced friends, and I would let them know this like dang, I feel like I'm behind. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like you're obviously not gonna be on their level because they've been doing this, and you don't want to risk an injury trying to impress your friends or show them that they're not stronger than you and things like that. A lot of people do that, guys. Like it can be really dangerous. So I recommend starting out with like pretty light, not super lightweight, but something that's like you could control, you know, because you first want to start out being able to get the movements down first. Like when you're doing curls, you know what I mean? Like get something that you could comfortably curl with both arms. Don't be trying to doing all the, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You want to get something that for the average person, for the average guy that's starting out curling, even 10 pounds, 15 pound dumbbells at a start, depending on how you feel, you know what I mean? Like that's good starting. Then after a while, you can build your reps up, you know what I mean? So training hard, and then progressively overloading is definitely most important. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, you're not gonna have any muscle growth, right? So you definitely want to train at least 3 times a week, which is I would run a push, pull, and leg, a push, pull, a leg routine. And maybe if in your 4th day you want to like double back on something like push or whatever your preference is on what you're training for, I would recommend that. But yeah, so train. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fall off and being consistent, and you don't want to like overdo. I don't know what happened to my camera. My phone be bugging out nowadays, but you don't want to overcomplicate your training routine. You know what I mean? Like you can have fun with it. Start out, get yourself warmed up to the weight. Once you realize you're getting stronger a little bit, increase it by 5 pounds. Increase it by whatever exercise you're doing. You know what I mean? Even if it's bench press, start off, you might not even start off with the 45 plate. A lot of people, I couldn't start out with the 45 plate, bro. I was putting on the 25s, and I was starting out with that. And I was just mastering it for a while. And it took me a while to really comfortably start repping out 45s. And after I did that, like once you start to see your progression increase even by a little bit, you're gonna be motivated, bro, for sure. Now, after training, the next and most important thing is eating, bro. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Everybody has their own different way about it, but I definitely say if you're not the type of person that really pays too much attention to how much they eat, I would say definitely start out with the core basics: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? You want to eat them, but you also want to make sure that you drink a protein shake. Now, depending on what type of flavor you're looking for, you can research or find your protein that you may like. They got protein whey isolate. They have the regular like dairy protein, whatever you call it. But yeah, I definitely recommend you implement protein shakes. And as far as your 3 meals, you want to make sure that they're all whole foods, man. You want to make sure that they have protein in your breakfast. I recommend, for starters, you guys eat eggs, man. Eat 2 to 3 eggs in the morning, man. And it's definitely better to, I would say, be more on a third egg, because 3 eggs is about 24 grams or 18 grams of protein in total, on top of you having something that's a whole food, like a carb, like a bagel. You know what I mean? You can keep stuff simple. If you really want to get mass, you have to make things a little bit simpler, so that way you don't overload your brain with all these different types of, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, bro. Eat 3 times a day. In breakfast, you can have some eggs. You can have on the side with a bagel and sausage. That's 3 high. How can I say it, bro? Those are whole foods, man. Those are gonna put that weight on you. So then you got lunch. You can keep things really simple. You got cans of tuna. 1 can of tuna approximately has around, depending on what brand, 15 to 23 grams of protein per can. Now, I wouldn't really recommend tuna every single day because they say it's very high in mercury. But I would say you can eat it throughout the week in moderacy, like 3 times a week or something like that. You can have then you could also have tuna, boiled eggs, mix it up with mustard and mayonnaise and relish, whatever. That's like that is very high in protein, guys. I used to eat that every single day up until I realized that tuna was pretty high in mercury, so I kind of just fell back from it. Now, you can find your research on what type of meals or whatever is good for you, but I recommend, if you want to just keep things simple, tuna is good. I mean, if you want to go out to eat and buy stuff like small little fast foods, Tim Hortons, Dunkin' Donuts, like Chipotle is good too, even though that could be kind of expensive to like maintain a sustainable diet. You know what I mean? You may not want to buy food every day. But I recommend you guys definitely just eat meals that are whole foods, high protein, at least 500 calories plus. Now, your third meal, well, that could be anything, man. Like something that's 500 calories with real food in there, not no candy. Don't eat 500 calories worth of chips. Don't eat 500 calories worth of candy, bro. That is literally waste. That is waste food in your body. That's not gonna help you build no type of muscle at all. Trust me. Now, sometimes it's okay to have cheat days, but we're not gonna get into that. All right. So just make sure you're eating 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all whole foods. Make sure that you're training hard. You know what I mean? Make sure that number 3, you're getting some rest. Now, you could get away with getting like 6 hours of sleep, but it's definitely recommended for sure that you try definitely to get your 8 hours, because recovery is literally everything. As you're working out and you're breaking down your muscles, I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know this. Y'all probably already watched videos, or if you haven't, you're finding out now. When you're working out, you're breaking down your muscles. And as you sleep and rest, on top of like what you're eating and your protein and all this protein synthesis and all that type of stuff scientifically, as you're sleeping, you're literally building blocks of muscle overnight. You know what I mean? Now, I definitely recommend y'all try to get 6 hours for sure. Now, those are the 3 main core things. Let's talk about supplements now. I really don't want to get too deep into supplements, but I'm gonna tell y'all, if you want to, oh, excuse my dog. If you want to find a little bit more growth kind of faster, I definitely recommend you guys take creatine, monohydrate, and I think there's another one. But I have this creatine brand from My Protein, and I've been taking that for a while. Sometimes I could like be on and off from the creatine, but I've been cycling on it really consistent lately, and I definitely feel like it's been paying off. So guys, that's pretty much all you got to do. As far as the creatine, my bad, I'm gonna add this in. You want to take creatine every single day. It's going to take you about 30 days before the creatine actually starts to kick in, and it builds the water retention in your muscles, and it makes you look more filled up and all that type of stuff. But I recommend you guys, especially if you're a newbie, if you want to get more of an advantage in your fitness journey, start off with the creatine, man. It's not going to hurt you. If anything, it's going to help you. So that's pretty much all it really is to it, guys. This fitness thing is not as complicated as I make it seem. All the thing you really got to do is eat 3 times a day, have a shake, and sleep and train, bro. And train. That's literally all you got to do. Over time, you got to just trust the process. As weeks go on, you're gonna get your muscles, bro. You're gonna start getting newbie gains. I remember the first time I realized I was getting a chest. I was literally flat chest. Do you see my chest? I was literally flat chest, bro. I remember I started getting consistent doing like little chest days and doing chest press and all that stuff. I started realizing my chest was actually getting some weight, some substance to it. And I'm like, oh wow, like this is real, guys. Like for those, a lot of people work out nowadays, and like this Gen Z era, I noticed there are a lot of people are into the fitness journey. And it's really just to promote, the aesthetic look, and like a lot of females. And I noticed if my camera cuts, is because my camera went out, right? But my main point is, a lot of you guys are looking for fitness tips, and I see a lot of things on like TikTok and like how to do this and how to do that, how to get forward in your fitness journey. There's a lot of newbies. Like sometimes I'm so deep into my fitness journey that my environment, like my gym that I go to, usually it is like Planet for real. So you see a lot of newbies there, but I also go to like a lot of more intermediate, like advanced gym locations, to where most people are like pretty far in their fitness journey for the most part. And I tend to forget that there's people that are like actually beginners that still want tips and things like that. So this video is for you guys. I hope that I explained things in a pretty comprehensible way to where you can understand, because sometimes I feel like I can definitely overanalyze myself, and I got to get out that mind frame. But I thank you guys for watching the video. I wish you guys the best of luck on your fitness journey. If you need to rewatch this, maybe I can make a more in-depth video on like certain foods, like a list of good foods that you can use and eat to actually build muscle. Budget foods, you know what I mean? Like things that you can actually do that are not gonna cost you a lot. And yeah, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you later. Peace.